Hey friends. So, I saw the hand doctor again today. And he had a full Technicolor MRI of my wrist, with which he was able to diagnose what's called a scapholunate tear. It is about what it sounds like. It's a tear in the ligaments that hold kind of two big bones together right here at the base of the hand. It's apparently a pretty common injury as far as hand injuries go. It's not great. It's not a great thing to have. It results in the instability that I've observed and potentially an arthritic condition that comes about because bones are moving around in a funny way. So, I'm integrating that. It was kind of a blow to get that information today. I had sort of been hoping. It was interesting because I was prepared for it. As I went into the office, I was like, I can take it. If this is what it is, I can absorb this. I can deal with this. But that doesn't mean I wasn't hoping it wouldn't turn out to be that, or that the confirmation of that doesn't sort of shake me a bit. It definitely does. And so I've had a little bit of a feeling, I went to this appointment at 10:30 in the morning, so I've kind of been sitting with it for a good portion of the day and had lunch with my parents and had a chance to kind of just, let this information even sink into my brain. And the fact is, there are a number of possible treatment paths. None of them are perfect. And I may need to see another specialist to get another opinion and kind of really feel out what the best course of action is. But it's not clear yet to me what the best thing to do is. And I think because the hand is such a complex part of the body, even the doctors are not fully sure. There are a number of different procedures, but they don't really, none of them is 100% effective, or at least not 100% effective 100% of the time. And so while the diagnosis was clear, the actual sort of prescribed therapy, whether surgical or otherwise, is not really clear. So, so I had to take that in. I had to recognize, and the other thing that the doctor said was, it's kind of uncommon to have sustained this injury in the way that I did. It's not something that usually happens playing tennis. It usually requires a more forceful, like a fall or some kind of really like forceful jamming of the hand to rupture this ligament. So his suspicion was that it may have been weakened by something in the past. There may have been a partial injury there, which takes me back to some of the things that I was talking about the osteopath working on when I first came back to New Mexico and had him look at my hand. And he went in there and found stuff that was just bound up in a way that he was like, this did not happen from this injury. This has been this way a long time. And so, it's like, I don't know exactly what caused it, where this came from, or where it's going. I do know that that I have to take kind of seriously now the fact that it's not likely to get better on its own. I'm not saying that it couldn't. There might not be some healing potential that goes beyond the sort of typical medical diagnoses. But my experience has been that it's kind of gotten to a place where it's not changing much. It's not getting a lot better. It's not hurting, it's not getting worse, but it's not getting better. The stability isn't returning to my hand. So I think that's the condition that I'm now, having to sort of accept as normal, at least until if there's another path that opens up. So, I was thinking about, like, before I did this post, I was like, am I just gonna like do like a total downer and like be overwhelmed by this? And it's like, there's a part of me that even in the kind of moment of receiving this, I know there's a gift in here somewhere. It's bizarre to me. The bizarre thing is, I'm playing the piano better now than I ever have. Or at least, that might not be entirely true because I haven't been practicing that much, but there's a freedom in my hand that I've never had. I was playing some of the etudes last night, and I was like, I can play these pieces better now. Whatever this injury did, and I think it wasn't the injury itself, it was the work that the osteopath did subsequent to the injury, has freed up that wrist, freed up some things that were locked for as long as I can remember. It's from a time that I certainly had I have no real recollection, no real understanding of where those injuries might have come from. So I'm like, what? On the one hand, this is what's happening to my hand. It's getting more free and lighter and easier and better. And at the same time, there's a relatively serious stabilizing ligament that I no longer have. And I do experience occasional weakness or occasional instability in the way that the hand works. It's, and the thing is, I'm fully prepared to receive what. Well, let me say it like this: I'm fully cognizant of the fact that there is a gift here. I know that. I don't yet know what it is, and I don't yet have the poise to accept that gift unreservedly. I'm still wrestling with the past. Why did I create this injury in my life? Why was I pushing so hard that day I can go back over the past and drive myself crazy thinking about like why did this happen. Probably not great to spend a lot of time doing that. Maybe just enough that the mental loops get to kind of go, oh yeah, I can go that way. Okay, come on back. Oh, I can think my way through that. Okay, come on back. Like those, but I don't that. But I can tell, pouring energy down those paths is not going to get me anywhere, and certainly not coming from the highest place that I have available to me. There's a gift in this, and on some level, it may be a gift of I have there's a lot of possibilities that come up for me. And I think really I shouldn't even speculate. It's not, I may understand what the gift is at some point, but receiving the gift doesn't mean understanding what it is and why it's a gift right now. That's not what receiving the gift means. Receiving the gift simply means having trust, being awake, being conscious of what happens to me psychically, emotionally, psychologically, like what's happening in my system as this information settles in, and as I come to terms with this reality. It's definitely scary. And I think I've hit some snags already today in terms of how I think about it, but I am pretty confident that I can integrate this. Pretty confident that I can move through this and use it for health, use it for growth, use it for learning and growth. So we'll see where that takes me. I'm sure this will be on my mind again as I'm doing a video post sometime in the near future. But but that's where I am today. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate you. Much love. I'll see you soon.